Good day, guys. How are you doing today? I want to apologize first. This lecture should have come earlier before the inheritance and polymorphisms, but I don't want to skip it. So let's go through it together. This is a short time. Then we have this is syntax and program structure in C and C++. Now let's look at it. The base, that is the fundamental structure. A C fund structure, C++ structure, it's a well-structured program that is one of creating readable, maintainable, and efficient code. It ensures successful compilation and execution. Now let's see a sample of it. We have our header, our browser directives. We also have our namespace declaration. Also, we have the main function as well. That is, the main function will always have return that indicates if the program was executed successfully. Then, let's see the anatomy of the C++ program. The processor directives, the preprocessor directives instruct the compiler to include header files like, this is IO stream, should be the greater and greater. I use LaTeX, so it's an error there, for input and output operations. Namespace declaration, using the namespace std, so it saves us a lot of problem. Like, unlike using this, I don't want to use this std, I want to use only one alone, namespace std, I want to use only one. So that means the CE alone will be used, must be a namespace. But to avoid all these, importing them one after the other, I have to use only this std. That's the reason why we are able to have all these things, all this cout, cin, nl, all this, we're able the output operator, the output command for C output, and then the C input as well. So that is the reason why we are able to do that through our namespace. What is the PDF? Then we have the main function as well. The main function is where our program starts execution. It's the mandatory entry point of every C++ program, even C program. Every programming language has its own main function where the program got executed. Java has its own main function. C++ has its own main functions. Rust has its own main functions. Go has its own main functions. Rust has its own, Python has its own main functions. But if you don't include main, Python will still allow you to run it. But in another programming language, you have to include the main function before those programs can run. Then, in the statement here, to make a statement, it must end with a semicolon. That's the end of that statement. Individual instruction ending with a semicolon, so that you can see in our code that a statement is end here with what? A semicolon, a semicolon. Then we also have a block. This also indicates a scope, a block of a code. Then come to our code now. You can see that from our main functions, we have a block, a open braces here and close braces here. However, this is the beginning of the scope to the end of the scope. Same thing also here. Beginning of the scope to the end of the scope. So it's a block of code. So it enables to group multiple statements together. Multiple statements terminated by semicolon. The comment is single line comments. Single line comment. This is multi-line comments. You can also check in our program code. You can also check in our program code here. You can see. You can also have multiple line comment here. Can you see? I also have single line comment here. This single line comment. This is multi-line comment here. Then let's go on. Sorry. Let's see a real example. Let's say user authentication system. Imagine a simple login system for a banking application. The program needs to prompt a teller for their username and a PIN, and then grant or deny access. This simple task utilizes the fundamental C++ structures. Let's see the C++ structure that enables the user to enter. We have our main functions. We have our PIN. The PIN you're going to enter. So this is your username. Your username can be your account number. Then we have our insertion operator, insertion to the string. It's not inserting from the user now. It's inserting to the string, to the console. So prompt for and read the username. It tells the user to enter this information. Then we now have our extraction operator. The extraction operator extracts from the string, from the what the user enter to the console. Then it prompts the user to enter this. Then we also demonstrate maybe simple example of it when we tell the user if certain number amount of if the password does not match or is not equal to this, then we can also return the value of the user for the user. Can simply demonstrate that it's when the password match, then we can pass from that stage, or else the program should keep on telling the user you have to write enter correct password. So fundamental, and you can see our identifiers. We have keywords. Identifiers, name for variables functions, e.g. user age, calculus sum. What do they mean there? These are our identifiers. What do I mean? This, for example, this is our identifier here. This one identifier here. The name of the function we created. This one identifier here. And our class as well. We also have one identifier here. This one identifier, whether you're using for name or classes, it's an identifier. So this is our access modifier. We also have access modifier like private, public. This public access modifier, so make it private or public. Then yeah, let's go to the slide back. Then with the keywords are the reserved word. You can't just use them in your program code to assign variable. For instance, you can't just say, okay, let me stock it. String int equal to what? IBK. Can you see there's an error here? This is a keyword. String is a keyword. Int is a keyword. These are keywords. You cannot. They are reserved word. Instead of that, if you still want to use int, by all means, you can just add underscore in front of it to change it from what the system knows say to be. The error will disappear. So the error will disappear. But if you remove that, or you even use float, they're going to be error. You also use float, they're also going to be error, because these are keywords that is known to the system, or you can also add underscore in front of it. So, using number is discouraged. Understand? You just start with number. Understand? Also, I think I feel so like this. You don't start with this, or you start with a character like this. You have an error here. But you can use underscore. You can use underscore in front, underscore in the back. So you can use that in our naming convention. You can just say it this way. I just change the name and it's fine. Then we have our literal constants. Integer value start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10, 100, 30, 20. Floating point variables, we have a lot this. We also have double. You want to get more precision, more supporting, you use long instead of floats. So, but they're still regarded as floating point variable. Character, we have this percentage, a percent sign, a, they are all character, and they all have their own ASCII code representation in the program. So we have string as well. We have hello, C++, Boolean, true or false. So let's see variable basics here. A variable is a name memory location to store data. You must declare a variable by specifying its data type and name before use. What do I mean by that? This is the name. Before you can just know, before the compiler will know that this is an integer, you must firstly let the compiler know. I'm giving you a count, but it's going to be of integer value, not a string, not a Boolean value. So I only accept integer from the console, from the int, or from the user, but don't assign any other variable, any other value to it. So the same thing as this as well. Double. Okay, I'm accepting double, but if you put integer here, so by default I expect to make it a floating point variable. This is also a character value. This is not only signify that this is only integer, It also assign the number of sites it can occupy in the memory. That means the 4 bytes. If you also later go ahead and put and add other something here and make it and put short in front of it, you put short in front of this, the size will be 2 bytes. 2 bytes will just be 16 bits. But here now it's just 4 bytes. 4 bytes is 8 bits. 1 byte is 8 bits. So it go be, since it's 4 bytes. So the size we can occupy in the memory is 4 bytes, 8 bits in number. So 2 raised to the power 32 minus 1. So that's what it can contain in the memory. So we also have the basic input operators, basic input output. We talk about the STD in, the STD out as well. So we talk about functions. What is a function? A function is what is a reusable number of code that enables that we can call often in multiple times to avoid the code duplications. It avoids code duplications and enable us to organize our code in a well-logical and manageable manner. So function consists of the return type and the function name, and the parameter is optional. For example, what do you mean by that? This is an example of a function here. We say, okay, this return type is string. That means we have to return string. The string is message, right? A string. And see. So the value here, sometimes if it is void, you can also have another function called void get user info. It's not taking any parameter here now. So it still allows me here now. So, and yes, you cannot use return because it is void, does not return anything. If you check this, if you check that we can also what parameter can be options. Yes, when you see something is parameter, it's option. By the time this is called parameter here, we have one parameter here. By the time we supply it a value, it's called an argument. Here it's called an argument. Here it's called a parameter. So then function body. The function body is the content of the functions from our open braces to the closed braces. As you can see here, from here, this is what the body of the functions is called. To the end of this closing something, a brace is called a what? A function. It's called a what? It's called a body of the functions. Then let's move ahead. Let's see some practical example of it. We include what? We have our header for input, output stream. We declare a function declaration prototype here. We call it what? Int what? The reason why is that the reason why we are having a function prototype is that because we want to have our function below the main function here. So if you don't include it here, this main function will not recognize this addition function. So we have to do that. Unlike other programs like Java, you don't need to do that. They are all recognized. Whether it is below or above the main functions, you don't need to bother. But in C and C++, you need to be bothered about them. Then we have two parameters here, int A and int B. This is a function prototype, for example. Then what's now the function is saying? In the implementation, it takes in two integer numbers, it sums them together, and returns the sum. We also create an additional variable called int sum, then now return sum. But then we just do that everything in a line to minimize the space and the line, just return A plus B. So we get the result here by coming to our main function, because since the reason why we are able to assign int to it, because the return type of the function is what? Is integer. If it is void, we don't need all this equal to, we don't need this one. We just put it this way. That means our output point, we have half point here because we don't have point something. We don't need to include return in void function. So now, thank you very much. But let's see that of the password. You can also do something. For instance, let's come here, maybe app2, let me create a app2.cc, maybe include arrow stream. Let's get the user. Let's check the user password. Maybe it's int, for example, int main. Let's say what the user string name. Just name, just account number, just account number, just account number. then we account number, then we have what? PIN. String can be, you can just make a PIN. PIN is just PIN. PIN is PIN, your password. Password input number. So let's tell the user to enter his name, enter your account number, enter your account number. Then account number here, also enter your PIN. We also have our PIN here. Then we after that, we be able to get this information. We check that if PIN, if you just find the length of a string, or if it's less than this, you can also return please enter the password more than the actual length. Why? Let's just choose our while condition. Why string? Let's use string. Let me include some string properties. Include string. Then I think string length. String dot, trying to see. Okay, see integer self. So if the password we are checking, if the length of this PIN is less than 3, is less than 4, the user should keep on entering until the password is correct, right? So let's just check with the 4 pin or 6 pin. It's 6 pin now. Let me give 6 pin. If the pin is less than 6, the user should be what? Let's firstly get that first. It should be sure. See out. Size of pin. Then let me run this. Then we have a cd cd. I'm changing directory. Oh, I'm seeing that self. I'm changing back to then G++. You just compile straight without using, and just name it as app AP, and what's the name of the file? app2.cc. compile AP, enter account number 67789, enter your PIN, maybe 1 2 3 4 5. The size of it is what? It's telling me the size is 4. It's giving me the size in bytes. It's giving me the size in bytes. Whether you even enter 7, tell you 2 3 4 5, for example. Now enter 3 4 6. I see. It's giving me the size in bytes. Then let's check the size of it. Should make it a string. Then you can easily check whether the length of it is so that it keep on checking, telling us that whether if the length of it is the length, string length. Come string. Okay, that size. Let make it sense. Let me make it string. I just name it as what. Let me make it why is this string sign pin.size. Just use this. Then let's enter it again, compile it. Then this, then we get 4. Okay, we enter 4. Let's check it again. Then so we'll get 7 now. Good. Now if the size of this is if the size is less than in length, equal to what? Pin don't, sorry, dot length. Let's just check it as well. Let's check this. Let me compile, please. Account number, pin, that's enter pin. The account number is, so we cannot use this dot length. Suggest for me. So let's just use size. So let's just use size and we'll be able to go. We are good to go. So let's use y. Y length is less than 6. Length is less than 6. Less than or greater than 6. Then we tell the user that please enter what? Enter what? Enter your what? Enter the account number. The pin something with just enter error. Please the pin cannot be less or greater than 6. Then we enter pin again. So we call this thing again before we get the user. It has it here. It will keep on doing this until we get the real answer. If it's done, then we have cout success. We have it here. Now let's check. Let's continue to check. Just keep on checking where the user enter the correct password, the pin, enter, enter pin 345. Error. Pin cannot be less than or greater than 6. Let me just greater than 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Error. Pin cannot be greater than 6, but let's enter 6 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 8. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 6. So if length is greater than 6, okay, let's just change this condition to if length is not equal to 6. If length not equal to 6, yes, let's compile this. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Okay. Account number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, it's good. We got the password going. Now let's try for other one. 1, 2, 3, 5. Account number, pin. Just enter the pin. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the pin can be greater than 6. Then there's still a error in our bug, in the bug of our code. So I will figure it out in this lecture. So I will let us know the reason why after you use 6. If it is less than 6, we should reset. Maybe we should reset the length, the something. But if length, let's just check. If length is equal to 6, then it should break. Let's just break. Let's just break from here. And then it should come out of our loop. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Success. So we are good. We are fine now. So let's enter it again. Let's try it one more time. All right. What's the password? Let's enter the pin. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Yeah. So this is the correct answer. This is the right approach. Sorry for taking time. So I just want us to do it together, so that in doing it together, not that I've done it, now come to explain to you us. So except I know that the video is going to be longer, that I have done just explain bit by bit. So that's the why I have to split. We should do it together to see what it takes. Don't just assume you know a program is going to take. You don't know what the thing can come up with. So we can see what just want to mess up now, but we're able to figure them out. Thank you very much. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.